Turning a Blind Eye. Illustrations and story by J.V. Sheep. Thread, the blueberry ice cream mouse, enjoys her peace and quiet. She likes to go out and feel the cool spring breeze on her face. She takes pride in her garden. She always waters them right after breakfast. My garden is the most beautiful one out there. I take good care of it and treat it as if it were my own, she said. Since you love that garden so much, you might as well live in it, said a voice. There, resting on her arm, on the fence, was a green fox made of lime ice cream. His name was Needles, and he was up to his cheeky antics again. Needles, you sly fox, step away from my fence, or you might fall and ruin my daisies. Go on, shoo! The fox backed off with a smug look on his face. Easy, easy. I was just on my way to greet a new villager who just arrived. I'll be going now. A new villager? How come she wasn't told of this? Thread thought to herself. Wait, said the blue mouse. I want to come too. Wait for me. Gently putting her tools down, she rushed out of the front door and down the path as fast as she could. A new face moving into the village means so much to the residents. Upon arriving, other villagers too were greeting their new neighbor. They crowded the fence like a flock of sheep. They formed a wall right in front of Thread. I can't see! Poor Thread. She was much too small to even see what was over her shoulders. Aha, she explained as she climbed a tree. I'll get a better view from up here. She sat on a branch and she could finally see them. A red raccoon right in front of the house. There she was, waving and greeting the villagers. Look at the size of her, Thread said quietly. Raccoons are usually small, but she looked as big and mighty as a bulldozer. Then, out of the corner of Thread's eye, she could see another person behind her. He was an orange fennec fox with the large glasses. She was quiet, unlike the red raccoon. She seemed nervous and stood close to the door behind her, trying not to draw attention to herself. Who is that other person? She inched in closer and closer to get a better view, but the branch she was on began to creak. With a loud crack, the branch broke, and down it and Thread went, landing in a bush in their yard. Are you okay? Said a voice. Thread couldn't even get a word out before being yanked from the bush and back on her 2 feet with such strength. The red raccoon dusted the mouse off and checked all over her for injuries. What was a small lassie like you doing up there in that tree? You could have gotten seriously injured and had that bush not been there. It took a while for Thread to gain her composure back. I was just trying to get a better view, that's all. Everyone was blocking the way. A voice called out. Hey, so, can we save the greetings for later? I would like to unpack everything else, please. That's my cue to leave. Hope you recover well, lassie. Coming, Penny, Sue replied, making her way to the house. So that's their names. So and Penny Cherry and Orange Ice Cream Villagers. On her way home, she came across Needles, who was sitting on a tree stump, munching on some berries. Did you see the 2 new villagers? They look like wonderful people, said Thread. I like the red raccoon. She is big, strong, and wears a hat, Needles replied. Not so much the orange one. Thread was confused. What has she ever done to you? She exclaimed. She's too quiet. Poor thing must have been too shy to say anything. Did you not see how quiet she was when everyone wanted to greet her? Didn't even try to speak. Thread felt sorry for Penny. It didn't seem like she wanted a big crowd around her home in the first place, nor the sudden intrusion on their lawn. Well, I think she is fine the way she is, Thread said with a pout on her face. Ha! Laughed Needles. I would like to see you befriend them, and you tell me if she is fine the way she is. I bet she doesn't even have friends aside from the raccoon. Needles kept going. I mean, did she even notice when you fell? Oh, stop it, shouted Thread. They're a nice person, and I will prove it. Needles finished his berries and scoffed away. But how will I prove it? Said Thread to herself. She knew nothing of them. Tag, the coconut ice cream duck, flying across the air, caught her attention. Hey, Tag, how do you make new friends? It's easy. Jokes. Everyone loves a good joke, Tag replied. Later that day, Thread saw the 2 new villagers at Green Hill Park. She put a brave face and walked over to them. Hello there! I got a joke to tell. Would you like to hear it? All cheerful went the mouse. Penny said nothing well so anticipated. Thread took a deep breath and let it all out. A fish asked an octopus if she could lend a hen. The octopus said, "Sure, which one?" So burst into laughter so loud it caught Thread off guard. Not a peep from Penny, though. She just sat there with a blank face. "How about another one?" said Thread. Knock, knock. "Who's there?" "Orange. Orange shoe." "Aren't you glad you heard that joke?" So laughed like there was no tomorrow. She laughed so much that her eyes began to water like a sprinkler. When Thread looked over to Penny, she looked at the ground and frowned. It was a sad frown. She felt like she was being made fun of. The blue mouse felt so bad she ran off in a flash. That didn't go well, she thought to herself. Just ahead, she saw Yarn, the cookies and cream ice cream rabbit, playing ball with herself. "Yarn," said Thread, "how do you make new friends?" "You make new friends by sharing interests with them. It's about sharing something in common," went the bunny. "Of course," Thread exclaimed. "Why didn't I think of that sooner?" So and Penny were at the park holding hands and enjoying the midday sunlight. Just then, a soccer ball made its way in front of their path. "Sorry, that was me," yelled a voice. It was Thread again. She and Yarn were in the middle of a game. It is a lovely day to play a nice game of soccer, out in the warm sun with a cool breeze. "Do you like soccer?" she said, looking at So and then directly at Penny. Everyone in the village loves a game of soccer. It is a good sport to pass the time when the sun is out. Everyone except Penny, as she shook her head. So, however, loved the sport. She bloomed with excitement and asked if she could play. Thread stood there, feeling sad, but quickly snapped out of it when So took the ball from her hands and ran to the field where Yarn was standing. Right before she followed behind, she saw Penny heading in the other direction towards some flowers. After their little game, everyone went straight home. The sun was setting when Thread tended her garden again. Not even a game of soccer? She quietly murmured to herself. It seemed like she was never going to befriend her. She had one last trick up her sleeves, if she had them. "Maybe she likes flowers. They always make my day so much better," she said, remembering Penny heading towards a patch of flowers at the park. She glanced at her daisies and took a big sigh. "I'm sorry, my babies." Penny was dusting her new home clean when she heard a knock at the door. "Who could that be?" she said, making her way to the door. Hello," said Thread with a warm grin on her face. "I wanted to come by and thank you for making my day so much better. I would like to give you this." Holding behind her was a bouquet of lovely daisies, right from her garden, to which she gave to Penny. Thread heard some sniffling coming from her. No, no need to cry. It's okay. "It's not that," aided Penny. "I'm allergic to flowers. Achoo!" She dropped the flowers and started sneezing uncontrollably. Thread didn't know how to react, so her stomach sank and her mind fogged up. All she could do was run out of there without saying a single word. She didn't stop until she made it all the way home, where she slammed the door and ran up to her bedroom. "What is wrong with me?" yelling into her pillow. "Now she's gonna hate me?" "Good job, Thread. You really blew your chances now." Gah! Suddenly, there was a tap on her window. Then, there was another tap. Pebbles? Flying? Thread calmed herself down enough to see who was throwing them. It was So, and she had the daisies with her. "So?" whimpered Thread. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get your friend sick. I was just trying to be nice. I'm sorry if I was coming off as annoying all day." Don't fret, lassie. You didn't know about her allergies. She is okay now. She just needs to rest." Thread was pleased to hear that she is okay. "You weren't annoying at all," So reassured her. "In fact, I had fun those times I did get to be with you. You seem like a very nice person. You make me laugh. You like soccer, and you like daisies too. We have so much in common." All Thread could do was smile when she said those words. Her stomach no longer felt sunk and her mind cleared up. "Do you think we can get together again sometimes?" So said. "Of course," Thread replied, and the two waved at each other goodbye and wished each other a pleasant good night. Thread can now sleep knowing that she definitely made a new friend. By accident, of course. Thank you for reading. Stay tuned for more stories with Button and Company.